Talk with Dr. Rob. This is a special edition. We have the Fit Fam here with us today, and I'd like to welcome them. Thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you for
us.
having us.
One of the intricacies of African American life in the United States are the disparities that surround our health. And one of the ways in which we combat this is through healthy living and making choices around the way in which we live. And these ladies are on a journey, and they're going to share their journeys today. And I want to start off by allowing them to introduce themselves.
I'm Misha. I'm Brandy.
I'm Tia. I'm Tracy.
I'm Lakeisha.
And I'm Tasha.
All right, thank you for joining me. So, in consideration of the statistics, we know that heart disease is up. We know that obesity runs rampant in the African American community, and even your personal challenges that you've had with health. Let's talk about kind of how you met those challenges and how you overcame through forming groups like this, and more importantly, how this helps sustain you.
Okay. Well, I can go back to 2005 when I started getting all of these ailments and stuff, and I was like, no, I have to do something different. I tried everything in the book, all kinds of diets, you name it, I did it. And so, I just had to make a decision, for my family. I don't want to be around for my daughter, I don't want to leave here, and so I just had to make a conscious decision to just go out there and and start working out, eating healthier, and just changing up things from the norm, So.
For myself, I would say realistically, I may have started my little fitness journey in 2008, 2009. I moved out here in 2009 for graduate school, but I was one of those individuals always loved to be active. I was in sports, played softball, was on a dance team. So for me, when I was younger, it was no problem of staying fit. But I noticed when I was getting older, weight was just sticking on me. I couldn't eat all the good stuff that I would, and when I say good, I mean all the junk, all the things that's not so good for our bodies. And I had to just make a conscious decision because also with family history, the hypertension, the diabetes, heart disease, I don't want to be, 40 years old walking around with a pill box. I just don't. So it's like, and it's an ongoing struggle for me. I'm from New Orleans. I love pastas. I love spicy food. I love everything with sodium, But like I said, it's an ongoing struggle. I can say that I have made progress. There's times when I fall off, and that's why it has been just very important for myself to have accountability partners. So my Fit Fam has been extremely helpful with keeping me on track. When there's days when I don't feel like, especially with what's going on in the world now, this week was not the best week. I don't want to eat right. I want to eat something to comfort me for my emotions, basically. But sending a text to someone, they're always there and saying, okay, well, that's okay to feel like this, but hey, tomorrow is a new day. Let's pick up back on the right track. So it's a combination of, for yourself, you have to set these personal goals, but I think for me, it's really beneficial to just have other people that like mine and want to reach some of those same goals with you when it comes to, fitness and health.
Well, I've always been like the thick chick, but I was always thick and fit, and I'm still thick and fit. I'm saying always, but I guess in college I put on a lot of weight. So I think I said this before, that I went to college like a size 12 and left like a size 22. So quickly my body gains weight quickly, and I know this now, just on my journey about myself. And then at 24, I got diagnosed with high blood pressure and diabetes, and which runs rampant in my family. I was on medicine for both of those until I turned 40. But in 2016, I guess that was a couple of years before I turned 40, I made a real effort. I've always been active as well, like Keisha said. Even at my heaviest weight, I would still go to the gym. However, my fitness and my nutrition would never align, so I could never really make progress. Then in 2016, I did the Daniel fast, or we did the Daniel fast, And I just began to change. I really wanted to change my nutrition. I was praying for a fresh wind, like really, Lord, help me be healthy. I want to get off of this medicine. I read back in my journal, and I was journaling about wanting to get off the medicine. That was one of my main reasons for doing it. And for our children, I wanted to be here as well for my children and make those be healthy for them. So I started the Daniel fast, and that helped me with the nutrition, and I continued working out and started losing the weight. Then my goal began to lose 100. I lost 50 pounds. I was like, dog, I done lost 50 pounds. Then, okay, my goal was to lose 100 pounds. Then I lost 100 pounds. Then I gained a little back, because it's a journey. I know that about myself. But the one thing that I have learned thus far on this journey is that I don't stop. And that's what God has given me, not to stop. So I'm just trying to continue with that. It's not easy. Some days like you said, I don't want to do it. Some days I want to eat what I want to eat. But I know that the ultimate goal is that I want to be healthy. So, and I'm off the medicine, and I don't ever want to be on that medicine.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm Tia, and I've been diabetic since 1999, so that's a long time. And I was the diet queen. I knew about all of the diets, but my mentality was quick fix. And it didn't hit me until I went to the doctor one day, and she said, you need to get your A1C down or you're gonna be on insulin. And I started thinking about my granddad who had a heart attack, my father who had a stroke at 50, and I am a mother of two, and I'm obese, and I didn't understand why these quick fixes didn't work. So I made a change and started not really working out at that moment. I focused on my diet, and I realized that diets don't work for me. Diets really don't work for anyone. You have to change your entire lifestyle. I eat a lot. I eat more now than I did when I was 211 pounds. And I can't keep weight on me now, but that's because I changed my diet. And then once I changed my diet, I understood that portion control was very important. A lot of us, we think, oh, I can't eat that. Yeah, you really can, but you just don't have to eat as much. You have to drink your water. You have to feed your body, because whatever you put in your body is gonna show. You can't hide from it. And that's when I implemented exercising, and I'm like, okay, this is working for me. This is working. Okay, I got the nutrition down, I got the exercising down, and then I have people in my life that push me and won't let me quit. And you have to have a support system. And if I feel like you won't support me, or you're negative, or you can't help anyone else, I kind of pull back away from you, because my goal is to help me and help other people around me, and we all are we're in this together. But I can say that my A1C is so low that it's unbelievable. I am almost 49 years old, and I am
Where?
Right. I'm in better shape now than I was in my 20s. I don't even remember feeling like this, but it's a journey, and I do have cheat meals. I treat myself, but my cheat meals don't own me.
That's good.
I cheat and I keep it moving, and then I jump right back on track. And that's just my lifestyle. So I don't diet. I eat what I want, but I eat a lot of small meals. But that's.
Thank you.
Okay, well, my journey started about 20 years ago. I was getting ready for my 10-year class reunion, and I was like, ooh, I can't go to that. I was the cheerleader, and I was active, and I was fit, and I looked, being short and weight, you look like a big ball. So I was like, okay, let me get this together. And I wanted to lose weight first before I went to the gym, because I was uncomfortable. And I was like, ooh, well, and that didn't work. So I was like, okay, well, my class reunion is in 3 months, and I need to lose some weight. So it started off for me like, let me just hurry up and get this off so I can go to my class reunion. But once I started into working out, and I had met DeForest, and he was like, "You can't eat this, you can't eat that," and I didn't have no concept of eating right. All in high school, I had a Pepsi for breakfast with a bag of chips, and that was. But I was always small, and I was so. When I got older, I was like, "What's happening?" I didn't know how to eat right, so he taught me how to eat right, and I lost the weight. So then I was like, "Ooh, I feel good." So I started getting more into it, and working out with other people helped me to get more into working out and not just be like, okay, well, I can work out at the gym because other people that's there to support you and push you. So once I started doing that, it became a routine. Like it didn't feel right to not work out, and it didn't feel right if I ate something bad, and just getting rid. I was the juice queen, and I would drink grape juice, apple juice. I drank water, but grape juice, apple juice, it was like that's all I drank. So I was putting a lot of sugar in my body, and then once I start understanding that that's what keeps this weight on me and eating bad, I was like, okay. So working out and changing my diet and having a support team, it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because I do have my days when I fall off. Like today, I did not want to do a third workout, but having these women here with me to be like, okay, come on, we got this. When we get tired and don't want to do another round, we got this. So it's like to have a support team is the key to any journey. Just like T said, if you're not positive in my life to do it, peace.
My journey started in 2016, actually, when I moved here in 2014. Before then, I was active. I danced, I drank, I partied. I joined the Marine Corps, so of course, activity, working out, and all of that stuff was mandatory. But when I had my son in 2011, right after I had him, I was diagnosed with postpartum depression. So that was when I started to gain the weight. I didn't gain no weight when I was pregnant with him. After I had him is when all my weight came. My 10-year reunion, I didn't realize how big I looked until I started looking at the pictures now. Like, okay, I was a size, I think, 14 when I was after my son. So mine was, I'm not a eater when I'm depressed. I'm a person that really doesn't eat, and that still can help you gain weight. You're sitting there, you're not active, you're not doing anything. Even though I munched from time to time, I wasn't burning anything. So I gained a lot of weight. I moved here, still had a little bit of depression, but 2016, I got drugged into the gym, and I'm still there, but it's a little easier for me now, because before I was just going to the gym, but I really didn't have a relationship with any of you guys, so I was going by myself, knocking out my workout and going home, eating bad. So I still wasn't losing no weight. I'm just like, okay, I'm wasting my money. I would be going for 3 months hard, and I would fall off for 3 months, and this cycle just kept going on and on and on. And I'm just like, okay, something's got to change. And to be honest, mine really started changing when I started hanging around with you guys. Now it's more like, you got to be with it to be friends. You can't keep asking me, hey, how'd you lose weight? Come on. If not, that's my life now. This has became a lifestyle of mine to, I'm getting back into my dancing, I'm feeling great about that. So it really is all about you having a support group. If you're going to the gym and then going out and hanging out with people that don't work out, it's not going to work. You have to have some people that are like-minded and doing the same thing that you're doing to push you when you don't feel like doing it. Because I be laying in my bed at 6 o'clock in the morning like, I'm not getting up, and somebody will send a text, good morning. Let me in at the park, and I'm like. But once we get out there and we do it, it is fun, it's great, get you a fit fan. Get you a fit fan.
So a phrase that I like to apply to the beautiful relationship that I see y'all share amongst each other is queens supporting queens. And I think that that's indicative of what y'all epitomize through your actions, but also through the love that y'all show each other. Because accountability is something that's very difficult.
Yes.
As Misha just mentioned, those early mornings when you don't have the drive to do what's best for you, and you have someone to give you that push.
Right.
What are some of those challenges that you face day to day and week to week, as it relates to your maintaining and even sustaining your a healthy weight, a healthy diet, and even healthy relationships around you in your household with your significant others, and even on the job? I mean, you juggle a whole lot as ladies, as African American women of color, and so that even is a balancing act within itself. So I want you to speak to that. There are viewers that want to know, because some people may not have techniques or the mechanisms or even have the know-how to juggle the things that you juggle. And I certainly admire each of you for your standard in which you set that people can follow.
I'll speak. I think that it is difficult, to find that balance, especially like you said, a mother, work full time, a wife, have all these little hobbies and stuff on the side, and then wanting to include that fitness piece. But I think that we have to. One word that we need is focus, and to understand why are we doing the things that we're doing, and then focus and then schedule. Every week we always on Sundays or Monday mornings we text, hey, what's the plan for the week?
Yeah.
Because I know that if I'm planning my workout, so if I'm working out in the mornings, then I have to work. Well, work is over for me right now, but when it was when I was still in school, I would say, okay, I have to work from this time to this time, and then I could do this. I'll say, look, I can't work out today because I got to take the kids on a bike ride this afternoon, or whatever our plan is. But I think having a schedule is very, very important, to schedule all those things that are important for you for your journey. Schedule.
Some of your other approaches, Keisha, talk to us about kind of how you work the balance between work, and you work a demanding job in terms of being a social worker.
No, it's once again, it's about putting yourself first. You have to really realize, like, life it's a constant. Everything is constantly changing, and that's with recent changes with COVID-19. I'm working from home now, but it's still demanding. I serve a geriatric population. They don't know anything about technology, so it was growing pains for me too, learning IT things and ways to just communicate and stay in touch with my patients. But after that kind of fell to the wayside and things calmed down, I had to realize, okay, well, this is the new norm. Let's shift focus. Things are always fluid. You just have to figure it out, find a way. You got flexibility. That's the biggest thing. So and also, like, for me, it's always been, in my household, I have parents with me. So I don't have little kids, but they're big kids in a way. They're big kids in a way. So that's one of the biggest things, I guess, trying to stay focused on not just work, at home life. Hey, I'm cooking, I'm meal prepping, trying to be proactive, trying to do right. But if someone stressed me out, hey, I may want to get some candy. Even if I get the candy, eat the candy, throw the candy away. Okay, back to the basics. Let's get a salad.
Right.
So it's okay. And that's something I had to always be really. I'm still hard on myself with that. It's like, it's okay if you fall off. Just get back on track.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. No one is perfect. We're all here. We're all unique individuals. And it's one of those things, you learn more about yourself each day because we're constantly changing.
Yeah.
There's things that I used to do 10 years ago. It's like, why did I used to do that? Will I do that now? No, of course not. So I think the biggest thing is definitely just planning, being proactive, looking at, okay, this is something new to the equation. How can I tweak it? How can we move forward? But definitely planning ahead. So I know Monday starts a challenge for Tracy. I'm not on a challenge, but it is a challenge in a way for me.
Yep.
So once
Everybody
again,
doing it. We all.
yes, once again, having those accountability partners to just keep you on track. Keep you on
And
track.
one thing, and just to kind of like piggyback off of what Keisha said, and during this pandemic or whatever, I have all this time at home now, and I'm meal prepping, and I'm drinking more water. You know, Tia, you know, accountability partner. I drink, but I'm always putting some type of flavor in my water. But I mean, now I'm drinking like water, like water, like without working out, and you know, and I feel so good, you know. So.
And mental health days.
Yeah.
I'm always the one talking about I need a mental health day.
Yeah.
I took one Wednesday. If you
Yeah.
need a mental health day, it's okay
Yeah.
to take a day off
Yeah.
and not do anything, but just
That's
make
good.
sure the next day you get back up.
That's good.
That's true.
I think too, priorities. You have to prioritize
Yeah.
what's important to you,
Yeah.
and time management is really key as well. You have to stay focused, like Tracy said. Stay focused, time management, and prioritize your life.
That's good.
And if you're not a priority, that's no good. And me, as I am the water bully, I make sure all of these
Everybody got water
ladies
because of her.
drink their water, because I will pop up in a minute and say, water check. Let me see that water bottle. But it's important that, you know, everybody has their role. I may not be good at the running and pushing myself to do it, but then I have someone behind me like, hey, come on, you got this. You can do it. And I'm like, no, I can't. But I'm going to make sure that you are hydrated.
Yeah.
You're focused on me finishing, and I'm making sure that you're hydrated. But we all have a balance.
That is true.
And we are in it together, and where I may fall short, I know that I have other people here with me that will back me up and make sure that I succeed as well.
Yeah, I would say everything that they said, plus you have to listen to your body. You can do so much, and you can rip and run, and you can have all these dates set to work out with everybody and do things, but if your body is telling you need to sit down and rest, listen to your body, because it's not doing you any justice to keep going and keep going and keep going, and you're still exhausted. You need to have your proper rest, and I found that out the hard way. I would set my alarm. I didn't even set an alarm. I was like, okay, I have been working out 3 days straight, or maybe 4, and it came a time where I was supposed to do a class, and I got off work and I sat down, and next thing I know, I woke up and it was dark, and I was like, oh, I guess I needed to rest. And it's like, you know, your body would tell you rest, and that's important. That's a good an important factor into your weight loss journey. You have to rest. You have to get your rest in. So as much as I be wanting to get up in the morning, I can't, because I still have to drive into work. So it's like I be willing to, but I do it afterwards. Yeah. And then the good thing is that even if, you know, when they do it in the morning, I still have some of them that be like, okay, I'll do it with you. It's like even if you miss a day, we're all here to be like, okay, I'll do that with you. Come on, I got you.
We're the evening work.
We're gonna do it.
The current pandemic has impacted our lives in so many different ways. I want you to kind of think back over the last 2 months and kind of being at home, and when there was a lock-in order and you and your refrigerator are sitting there looking at each other.
Talk about it.
Right?
And what the challenges were, and you really had to put these ideas that you're expressing now into practice in terms of overcoming that, because it was a difficult time.
Yeah.
Now things are easing up, things are open back up, but again, it's navigating this landscape now with that looming pandemic. Even when you go to the park, big health concerns with people transmitting, wearing masks, and even y'all have been working close quarters with each other. Those are all things that you're running through your head, you know, whether you're doing it voluntarily or involuntarily. Every situation, you know, you're weighing those things out. Kind of how has COVID changed kind of your thought process and your approach to your health journey?
Mine wasn't really that bad. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm a homebody. So it was always somebody trying to drag me out the house anyway. I'm always in the house. I was moving during the pandemic, so I had a lot of unpacking to do. I had a lot of shipments coming in, so I was unpacking my home during this whole pandemic. Working from home, it's okay. I don't really like doing it every day, but to be honest, I really missed working out with y'all. That was one thing I did miss about the pandemic. But as far as going to the grocery stores, I was like, you get to stay in the house and I ain't got to come up with no excuses. So it wasn't that bad for me, not that bad.
Initially it was really bad for me. Like I was eating things that I don't even eat. Like I was craving things like that first week. I guess I was so used to ripping and running and being on the go. It was a big adjustment for me. I was eating, cooking up some stuff up in here that.
Who was feeding you this stuff?
And we were eating some bad stuff. You know, we were not eating well. And then mentally, I was not okay. Like I was like, I felt very overwhelmed, trying to figure out how to homeschool my children, how to work from home, because I was still expected to work 8 hours per day. I was in Zoom meetings, but then I felt guilty, like my children wouldn't get what they needed, and so how was I going to get it all done? You know, I was very stressed. And then after this, I stopped. I really did and refocused and thought about it. And that second week, I had to talk with my mom, and she talked about, you know, stop being so rigid. You know, and that's what the flexibility. I've really been trying to be more flexible because I can be very rigid, like with scheduling and that kind of thing. And so she talked to me about flexibility, and that really helped me. It really helped me. I was like, okay, you're right. They don't have to do 8 hours of school a day. I was trying to get in, you know, 8 hours of school a day and every subject for this amount of time. And so just refocusing and keeping what's important, making sure I got that in. And just remember that I was on a journey, so I had to stop eating all that crap because my body was feeling, I was fluffy. Yes. You know, when I looked down, I said, oh God. So, got to get this thing back in order. And then we started the challenge, and then we started meeting up to work out. So that we can't say that enough about accountability and having that positive energy around you. If you don't have anybody around you pushing you and so crazy, anybody around you, you know, pushing you and letting you know you can do it and you got this, get you a crew, get you somebody that's gonna be your push through crew. Say, hey, let's get this done. Yeah.
I struggled initially when it first took place. I had a loss in my family, but due to the virus, and that kind of knocked me off of my feet. I was eating bags of chips, not the for $1. I was eating them big bags, and I was crunching, eating chips, dip, making brownies. I was eating cookies. I don't even eat sweet. I was just eating too. I was like, find this dip. I was just eating, and one day I snapped. I said, you know, I'm not sitting in these pajamas all day. I'm not sitting in these stretchy pants all day. I put on some jeans and I started putting on work pants, and I realized that I was flooding. That is because I was a little swollen. So I could see my ankles. So I'm like, oh, okay, you need to get it together. So I snapped myself back. I didn't get on the scale. I don't do scales. I measure myself with my clothes. I'll have that one business suit or that one pair of jeans, and that will let me know you are tripping. You need to get it together. But it mentally took me out. But I had people around me that wouldn't let me just fall, you know, to the wayside. They were pushing me, and those little bitty phone calls and those texts mean a lot when you are going through something. And I didn't even know that I was in that bad of a place, but I was. But I snapped myself back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I know, right? I still had to get up every day and go to work. But coming home, I was like, I had a flashback of my childhood, how my mom used to cook all these meals, and they really weren't healthy. So I just I don't know what this pandemic made me think of having all these home cooked meals back in the day. So I was making all kind of stuff. I mean, from sloppy Joe to smothered chicken, and nothing was healthy about it because my husband was like, well, where's the vegetables? I'm like, oh yeah. My mama never really did the vegetables. We just had starches. So
The rice.
yeah, right. I was making rice with air, and I was like, oh, okay, and a glass of wine. So it was like, okay. So just like you, I don't get on the scale. I look in the mirror and see myself, and I put on some clothes, and I was like, all right, this isn't it. So I would go, and then so I had to change all of that, and it was I think it was Tracy. So I saw her do something. I was like, okay, well maybe I could, but working out from home for me by myself, it didn't work. So it was hard to I just turn it on and be like, hey, yeah, I can do that. All right, all right. But I would find something else to do in the house, for a break. But once I would sneak out, because my husband didn't want me out, but I would sneak out and just go to that one person house. I'm like, okay, and it helped me get back into it.
Right.
And I felt good. Just working out by yourself and being at home and not being in the gym. Oh, that's what got me down. I was like, ooh. So that's when I noticed I start from me cooking bad to me not being active as I used to be. I was like, all right, it's time to change.
You gotta have pushy friends.
Oh,
She didn't even wait for an invite. She was like, I'm on my way.
I was like,
Okay, let me get dressed.
yeah, I did. But you know what? I did. I bought me a bike. And that would help me. And I rode my bike to the gym. I rode my bike to her. I rode my bike over here. I think I got my money's worth for that bike.
And I must say, when she rode her bike to my house, my bike had been hanging on my rack in my garage for 3 years? Never rode it. Like took it on for a ride. And
we went to the gas station, put that air
put the air in the tires, and it's been
rolling.
And I have a bike too, thanks to her.
The stories that you're sharing are so fulfilling to hear. But there are viewers at home now that they haven't made the steps or taken the steps that y'all have taken, and this is something that's very enriching for them to hear. I want to change the subject a little bit. I want to talk about the shirts y'all have on and kind of tell me about that. Y'all have been participating online, because another platform that y'all use besides getting together, y'all have online platforms that you participate in. Misha with her dancing, Brandy with her and her husband are proprietors and they own a gym. Tia with your V-Steam and your health food preparation services. And so I want us to kind of to talk about those, each of you, and kind of how that plays holistically into creating the community of support that you need, and even extending past that, you're creating spaces in the African American community where people can come and be healthy.
Well, what we are wearing is Miss Tracy's t-shirts here. And to be honest, this Zumba group that she started was actually when I started to hang around with everybody. Before it was just gym, 30 minutes, I'm out. But when she came in with the Zumba, I was like, hey, I remember this for school. And that's when I started opening up and speaking to everybody, talking. And then she hit me up one day, hey, you used to dance? I was like, huh?
I am pushy.
You need to teach some routines. I'm like, okay. So now I'm doing the routines and getting in there, trying to get my own movement started. But I love and support Tracy. Love it to death. And thank you for creating this group for us to all get
She
together.
started it. I think we all were just coming into the gym and just going. And then when he brought her in with Zumba, I was like, okay, this feel like I was a cheerleader again. I could get into this, and it was like her presence brought a a group of girls together that formed a family, and it's like we support each other, and she got the energy from I'm trying to get on her level. Like her energy, it'll make you just be like, make you want to just do it, just get up and go.
Energy, the words, the boss
Yeah.
walk,
Yeah.
the encouraging
So
word,
inspiring.
everything. Yes.
Yes.
Tracy and I met in Zumba at
At
24
24 hours, yeah.
and we've been attached ever since. I've been with her with Zumba at the church,
Yeah.
and then I was her hype girl when she started at the gym.
Sure
'Cause
was.
I
I
was like, her, and I was like, who's this loud girl?
I told her, I said, I don't know what the energy is gonna be like in this class, but I'm gonna need you to come to the Zumba class.
And with both of them, and so I connected to her when her
Yeah, but I connect with, I love Tracy to death. I mean, she's more than a friend, she's my sister. And I watch her and I'm like, this is why you are blessed, because you bless so many people and you don't even try. And that's genuine.
just being herself.
This being herself, and she supported me in so many different things. And to answer your question, I'm able to prep for other people. And that relaxes me to help other people because it is easy. I can prep for you in like 30 minutes. I can shop in 30 minutes and get it all done and have you ready for the week. And you don't have to really do anything. A lot of people struggle with getting things prepared, falling off, not having that annoying phone call. Hey, did you eat? Did you snack? Did you drink your water? But that's my go-to, is to help other people with prepping to detox, because we don't realize all of the things that we put in our body. It's not good for us, and we have to get that out. And everybody needs that detox. And no magic pill.
No.
It's all natural. And I don't do it so that I have to continue to do it. I do it in a way that you can follow and you can do it on your own. So teaching and helping people change their lifestyle is what I'm about. And I do help ladies, from the inside on out with the bee stings as well. And that's helping.
Get you one.
We have a lot of issues as ladies, and we don't realize that we have cramps, we have long menstrual cycles, we have yeast infections from foods that we're eating, medication that we're taking, and to do things the natural way without taking medication for that, sitting in an environment where you are completely relaxed, lights off, and you're steaming, that is a whole different ball game, and it feels really good. And I don't do anything for anyone that I haven't done for myself.
Yeah, that's good.
So I walk and lead by example.
Well, these are some pretty amazing women, and it's just an awesome. I just feel blessed to be on a journey, just to be around some amazing women. And I think we had this conversation before. I actually prayed that prayer, I prayed a prayer, and I think it was 2006. So we moved here to Houston in 2016 from Mississippi, and that I was going to 24, and I was like, I'm not really vibing. I had a fit fam in Mississippi that I worked out with, and I was like, I ain't really feeling these folks. And I'm just being honest. The people that I would work out, well, I shouldn't say that. So let me change my words. I didn't say I wasn't feeling the folks, but I did not have a fit fam at the gym at 24 Hour Fitness where I was going. So I actually prayed that prayer, and so then I did pray the prayer, and slowly but surely it's amazing to see that manifest. As far as the online presence, one thing that COVID-19 did for me was it pushed me out of my comfort zone. That's one of the things that I wanted, was to have that online presence, but just really was like, I was in my comfort zone. Nothing, and we know that nothing really great happens when we're in our comfort zone. So in my comfort zone, I was teaching at the church. I was teaching at at America's Next Draft Pick, and I was just fine. I would go and teach my little class and go home. And so then I was getting inboxes about what we gonna do, you know, how we gonna work out, what we gonna do. So my cousin talked to my cousin about starting a Facebook group, a private Facebook group. So started that, and then it just kept growing. The group kept growing week by week by week by week, and I was like, well, I'm gonna start teaching my classes in this private Facebook group. And so so I've been able to start, you know, just do what I do online, the same thing that I do, like we were talking about, on a daily basis when I work out with my Fit Fam, when I encourage my Fit Fam, or bring workouts, because I like to work out. It's not work for me to work out. I enjoy working out. So the same thing that I do in my life, I'm able to do that now online, and now I'm still looking for ways to still grow that platform, the virtual platform, and to make it more effective. I want my participants to have the best experience that they can have every time that they come, and I've been blessed to make a lot of relationships with people just all over the country. So it's been pretty amazing.
What number are you at in terms of members?
I think it's 817.
Yes.
817. So this is definitely a blessing. And the shirt, I have stepped out as well, created shirts. So the online, the group is called Sweat with T-100, and Sweat stands for Strong Women Exercise and Train.
Yes.
So I'm grateful.
When you said, I didn't know that y'all had moved here from Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So we all kind of moved, well, me, Nisha, and y'all kind of moved here at the same time. Me and DeForest, when we left Cleveland, we got here in 2015, and he had a really nice gym back home. And when we moved here, I was like, I did miss the family that we started at his gym back home. And I was like, dang, when we get here, it's just gonna be me and you working out. And as soon as we moved here, neither one of us were doing anything working, so we would just drive around and get to know Houston. And he was, all in his mind, I guess he had this plan in his head before we even moved. So when we got here, he was looking for locations to start a gym. And so I was like, okay. And I'm like, but it's just us. And I'm like, how? But his mindset was so big in the sense of trying to get the same thing he had back home here. And so when he opened up, when he started working, and I remember us putting the floors down and doing everything, and I was like, okay, I see it. So then he was just doing, like, we started off at LA Fitness, working out at LA Fitness, and he would teach little classes there, and we started connecting with people there. And then when he got his gym up and going, I was like, okay. But then I was like, well, I wish we could bring all the people back home here. And everybody was like, we'll be posting stuff, and they were like, well, I wish I was there with y'all. I'm like, I know, I miss my family. So when, like I said, when Tracy came into the gym and brought Zumba in, it was like, okay, there's one piece to the puzzle from back home. So it's like, I feel the love growing, and I feel it's exceeding from what we started back home here. So it's like the family is starting to come back together, and it's like, I appreciate everybody that's in our circle right now. It's like a support system, and it's like, it's the best thing ever.
I want to give each of you an opportunity to give a last word. There's a young lady, there's a idol woman that's sitting on her couch right now. What encouragement would you give her for her to take the next step to get into her best life, to becoming healthier, eating healthier, and even connecting with nourishing relationships with other women and people around them? And I want to give each of you an opportunity to speak to that.
I would say just stay focused. Just think about your health in general, overall, and just make the best choices possible. If you're in a gym, or if you're working at home, or you have your friends, just be encouraging and try to get them to go out and y'all meet up and get together and just start off with walking in the park and doing trail walks or a light jog or something like that, just to, if you're not active. And then just, take it from there, and then, build on that, and just, just stay focused and motivated.
Yeah, I would say choose you, put yourself first, and do what works for you. You know, do what works for you and your personality. You know, for me, I'm a social butterfly. It's never been. I met Tracy literally. We're at a voting poll, and I'm like, oh, seeing you at the gym. Oh, you going back to the gym today? Sure. Meet at the gym.
I'm coming to the gym with you.
We had, barely just would hey, hi, bye to one another, you know, but that's me. That's my personality. She invited me to start working out with her in the morning. Not a morning bird. Never was now, lo and behold. I work at 5 a.m. Like, crazy, right? That was something I just didn't do. I'm still cranky and I'm not that.
No.
I'm a grouch in the morning some days.
I've never
For
seen that.
the most part, I am a very positive person and full of energy. But there are days I'm a grouch box because I'm not a morning person. I'm really not. But all that to say, you got to do something that works best for you. And not saying you need to go sign up with a gym, not saying you need to go and just go extreme. It can be something starting off with saying, hey, I'm going to add more vegetables and fruit to my diet. I'm going to walk outside for 30 minutes. Do something that's realistic and like a SMART goal, something that you can do on your own for yourself. And then I would say ultimately it will build. For me, I have to work out. That is my thing. I don't just work out to lose weight or to look good. Honestly, it's something for me mentally to work out, you know, because holistically we have to think about ourselves, you know, not just about what we're eating, but what we're reading, what we're listening to. That's the biggest thing I would tell any person if they're just trying to start. And then over time, I think if you get comfortable, you may be able to join support groups via, you know, social media, or if you're joining a gym, eventually you'll get to know other people. But choosing you first and taking a step to, you know, want to live a better life, you just got to put yourself first. So that's what I would give that person.
That's good, very good. That is so true. Choosing you, I believe that that you have to change on this journey. That things are gonna change about you from the inside, first, and then out. So that those things are gonna help you on your journey. So that if you've been in one of my classes, when I talk about those 3 A's, it's about your fitness journey, but it's really just about you as a person. And the first thing is to be authentic. And just to be real with yourself. If you know that you're not in your best health, you got to be real about that thing. That I'm not in good health. Your blood pressure is high, your cholesterol is high, your A1C is high. Be real about that. If you know that you're not in the best mental state, you have to be authentic about that. The second thing I think is you have to be awesome. I believe that God created each and every one, and I truly believe that we all have this piece of awesomeness in us that God has given us, and we have to. When we look in the mirror, we have to be able to see that. And the third thing is to be audacious. So just be crazy about the things that you want to do. Have the audacity. They talk about me all the time. You will just go do it because I feel like that we have to be audacious in every single thing that we do. If you say that you're gonna do something, do it to the best of your ability. If you're gonna be on a journey, go get it. If you say you want to lose weight, really do it audaciously, and that'll help us in every area of our life. Those 3 A's: be authentic, awesome, and audacious.
Yes, I get it. And what I would say to someone who's listening is to take baby steps. Don't try to do everything at once. Baby steps, and don't beat yourself up.
Yes.
So what happened yesterday was yesterday. That's the past.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on it. Move forward. Take a baby step forward and never look back. Don't beat yourself up because we are our worst critics. And we have got to stop beating ourselves up because what you do today will benefit you tomorrow. And just keep going, and you'll end up in one of these groups with some awesome ladies, and you never know who's watching you. I didn't realize who was watching me. I didn't realize that people would come to me and ask me questions because they were watching my journey. And I put myself out there because I was pretty private, and I started putting myself out there because I needed accountability partners, and that was before I found you all. And I knew if I was out there I couldn't go back
Mhm.
because people were holding me accountable.
Yeah.
So I threw myself out there, but just don't beat yourself up. Take baby steps, and you don't have to do everything at once.
Yeah.
That's good. I say everything that they said, and we are what we think. Stay positive for yourself. If you think anything negative of yourself, oh, I'm not gonna lose this weight. You're gonna stay in that space. So think positive of yourself. Even if you lose 1 pound or if you lost 2 inches, appreciate that and celebrate that by continuing to push yourself to go to continue working on that. So stay positive. It's so hard to say if you feel like you're working out so much and you haven't lost any weight. That doesn't mean anything. Just stay positive and focus on what you initially said you're gonna do, and you're gonna achieve it.
That's right. That's good.
Mine would be, yes, take the baby steps. Try to see if you can get some of your friends to work out with you, because if you don't work out on your own, you probably need some support. But if none of your friends want to work out with you, you need some new friends. You need some new friends.
Really.
Try to get out socially and go to parks. They have people that are out there working out. You know, you never know who you'll run into. I know I am my worst critic. You know, I'm always beating myself up. Don't beat yourself up. Like you said, if it's a pound or 2 that you lose, encourage yourself, you know, to keep going. Don't discourage yourself and back up. You know, get out of your own way. That's what I say.
Yes.
You are in your own way. If you are stopping and saying, oh no, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that. I know I'm always trying to encourage people just like you. I was private. I didn't want nobody. I had a couple of friends. My Instagram is public now. So anything that I post, I can't go back because people are watching me. You know, I'm always getting inbox going, when are you going to start classes? And I'm like, get up and move now. Don't wait for me to start a class. Get up and move now, you know. Stop the whole thing with the losing weight and then going to work out. I hear that so much. I used to be one of those people. Let me lose some weight so I can get comfortable to go work out. You got to get out of your comfort zone in order to change. If you don't change, nothing's going to change about it. You have to put that change in front of you and go for it.
Well, ladies, I would like to sincerely commend each of you. These are such beautiful stories that you shared today. The testimonies just embody what we are about, the human essence of how we overcome challenges in life, but most importantly, how do we take care of these temples that we've been blessed with. Thank you for joining this episode of Culture Talk with Dr. Rob. We focus on health. We'll continue this over the next couple of episodes. Again, I want to thank these women for joining me today. And as we look at these women of color and what they symbolize here to us, this is a movement that's growing across the country, here in Houston, Texas, and Cypress, that can galvanize and impact the whole United States of America. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Get